Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back to the stinky man nest of Mordheim and our remarkably intact warband. I hadn't expected for it to be this intact at this point. It's been going remarkably well, actually. I only had to kick one of them permanently out of the team, so that's very nice. Now, I do think I am going to give a shot at Snugglepuff using the new blue pistols, just to see if he's useful. Because that is a lot of potential damage. It's not quite as much as the claws, naturally, but... well, the claws means that poor little Snugglepuff has to be close to the enemy. I'm going to have to say, if I can only fire these once a turn, then the claws are almost certainly better, so I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to give them a little go. Now, what has the game got in store for us today, then? I'll do that next time, I think. Now that I've got my full grip wire left, I want to try out the pistols before I go for Doc Wallopers, because I don't want this mission to be a test run, because this mission is not particularly easy. So, Walk in the Fog, hard, marked for death, preferably not. Normal, marked for death, both 1, 2, and 3 strength in this person in the area. Not ideal, but I think we're going to go for Hunters and Prey. Now, marked for death is a very wonky objective, since often when you've actually killed both the objectives, the enemy warband routes and you don't have any chance to loot them, which is less than ideal, but I don't feel like risking a hard mission, considering I want to do Doc Wallopers next time, so let's go for Hunters and Prey for this moment. We've got our main team up anyways. Do I want to... I was thinking of I was going to switch out his daggers, because, honestly, poor little ass has been doing very, very badly for himself. Like, daggers don't have the damage potential. Oh, I forgot to attribute the point. That's silly of me. I'm thinking he might just be better off with his blue shield rather than these little stabby things. It's hard to say. I've been trying to have him be, you know, an ambusher like what he's supposed to be, but it really has not been working out, has it? Yep, let's give him the shield and a mace. That's a decent setup. I'll allow him to be a little bit more tanky and still have a little bit of speed to him. Maybe if I can get him some parry skills later on, I could actually use him as somewhat of a tank. I could need a tank. I could really use a tank, no doubt about that. Oh, actually, you know what? I should probably actually assign the skill points before I wander into the mission, don't I? Usually I do this off screen, but since I forgot about it, I'll just do it real quick now. Weapon skill for you, because we want parry chance up. I'm kind of hoping to maybe at least get him some light armor in the future, maybe? I don't think he can use heavy, can he? No, it's light. So I was thinking about giving him some light armor and some parry chance. Depends. Of course, this agility might always be ahead of the parry chance. In fact, it probably is, but I kind of want to start going for strength instead of agility, because 9 is probably enough to keep him fairly mobile. So I really wanted to get some strength in there to get some damage on him, as currently his damage is okay, but it's nothing spectacular, and he is one of my primary damage dealers, so, you know. Now, for you, I'm going to keep building some alertness, I think, to get his move speed up, and I'm going to keep going strength with him. Now, for you then, alertness for you is fairly pointless. You're always going to be moving pretty much last anyway, so I think we'll keep going for the strength, or perhaps it seems a bit of toughness soon. Toughness might not be a bad idea. He is getting walloped in the face quite a lot, which is, you know, that's his point, so... yeah, I've already got damage dealers, and the halberd is already really good even without the strength. How about Pikachu? Should Pikachu be offensive, or should Pikachu be defensive? Well, we're going weapon skill, definitely, and let's pop one into each, I think. As for you, you're... I really wanted to give him the pistols if possible, but nah, shurikens are kind of useless. They're good for Overwatch, but it's often not... You can't be sure of Overwatch, because if you're going to do Overwatch, you can't really do ambush stuns, because the two will interfere with each other. it's really hard to pull off successfully, so I'm not a massive fan of it. Let's get some toughness on you. Let's start building him as a bit of a tanky creature. And some weapon skills, certainly. Is that it? Yes, that's it. Beautiful. Okay. Loading time! Ahoy!
An enemy warband is fragmented into small patrols, possibly to try and slip past your own warband and escape with some wordstone. Aware of these patrols, you quickly dispatch your own forces in small groups to intercept them and prevent any enemies from leaving the area without a fight.
And here we are, having survived yet another loading screen. Ah, Jesus Christ, those things will kill me one of these days. Okay, so we're up against humans. I don't mind humans, not anymore at least. They're a pain in the ass super early game, but now that we've gotten some crunch behind our own characters, it's not nearly that bad. Let's have a look at the mappy. Oh, hello, that's interesting. I could maybe rush that, but it's probably going to be guarded, isn't it? So I got one deployment point over there, one deployment point... Ooh, I'm spread out a bit more than I want, aren't I? Did you deploy over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... I'm going to have someone over here regardless, aren't I? How many... Good God, how many dudes do I have there now? Is it 6? I think I've got 7, don't I? So I think I might be able to squeeze them in. I really don't want to have anyone over there anyway, because it is very far away from everything and anything. I could maybe pop into the buildings and stop them from doing too much damage to me, but... meh. Not a fantastic deal anyways. Okay, let's have you. You're important, so we'll have you up by the main cart, which is here. There you go. Yes, we'll have you over there too, because you're relatively fast. Snugglepuff. Let's keep you here as well. And Jesper, you stay there as well. Now, we'll have you here, and you'll run towards them. If we can put you... there you go. Yes, I can squeeze all of them in here. Beautiful. Okay, then I'm going to do that. Definitely going to do that. There we are. Lovely. Holy shit, they outspeed me? Damn! That's unusual. Is that a wizard? Is that the icon for a wizard? I think it might be. Hello. That sounded uncomfortably close. Did I? I didn't spot him on the map, did I? No, I didn't. Now I'm getting nervous. By the way, I did kind of say I was going to talk about Sweden's immigration politics and all of that nonsense this episode, but honestly, I couldn't get into that stuff in a single episode. That would be what would the Warsword Conquest playthrough would be for, just for me rambling on for a literal hour about nonsense like that, because it is just such a ridiculously large and stupid subject. It really is. Like, I never thought I could find it within my dark, black and shriveled soul to have sympathy for the Swedes of all goddamn people. I mean, the fucking Swedes, heavens. Oh, Jesus. But the way their country has ended up now with their immigration policy and their feminist government, oh my god. All I can say is that if you're Swedish, I sympathize. And that coming from a Norwegian, that should carry some fucking weight. Good god. I mean, it's to the point now where sexual molestation has almost become acceptable over there, as long as the molesters are brown. Jesus Christ. I think a fair few of you have probably heard about the incident in Köln, Germany. Do I want to loot that? I'm really wondering where I want to go now, actually. Where bunches of young men of overwhelmingly immigrant origins was wandering around assaulting people, like sexually assaulting, you know, touching, fiddling. Attempted rapes had happened. I don't know if an actual rape occurred, I haven't paid that much attention to it, to be honest, because I like to stay away from that particular brand of retard. I do know that people have been severely injured, however, and that there were, problems the police couldn't deal with them simply because there were too goddamn many of them doing too much shit. To the point where the police simply didn't have wagons enough to haul them away, which is pretty goddamn impressive. Okay, perhaps that's not the right word, but still, I mean, that's incredible. When the police literally just runs out of space, they're like, well, shit. There's too many of them. What can we do? Oh, this is ridiculous. But yes, that did apparently happen in Sweden too, in some music festival. Not to the same extent, I believe. In that case, it was mostly just, touching general sexual harassment, which honestly I do not consider to be a police-worthy crime. Like, somebody touched your ass. Well, fuck, that's horrible. So fucking what? I'm sorry, it's just like, so what? Good God, that is not sexual assault. That's not assault in any way. It's just like, well, he touched your ass. It's a crowded music festival. Probably it was by accident, but hey, I'm not going to be judging too much on that. I heard a Meg. Where the hell is he? I'm getting really nervous now. Fuck it, we'll set up around here. This looks like a nice big warpstone deposit anyway, and it's halfway between our groups, so it seems like a decent place to guard. But yeah, of course, there could have been more serious events that I don't know about, because I've only read about this cursory, to be honest. Like I said, I try to avoid silly shit of that type. We want to pop over there, don't we, and start gathering some weird stone, and also, of course, we want to guard our intrepid leader. Still, the simple fact is that the police just covered it up. They just didn't want to deal with it. Ooh, hello, blue braces. That'll be handy for the rat ogre I'm hoping to get someday. They just didn't want to deal with it because, well, primarily immigrants. And, well, what happens in Sweden if you start arresting immigrants? Well, you're going to be called a racist, aren't you? God damn, it's ridiculous when the police get afraid of being called racist. They stop doing their job because they're afraid that some shrill harpy on Twitter or some feminist newspaper is going to go like, oh, racism, yeah. Good God. That was bad. That was 15 goddamn hit points, Jesus. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've read an op-ed, I can't remember where now. I think I saw it as part of a YouTube video as well, about some feminist on Twitter, I think. She said that, essentially, I can't remember exactly, but paraphrasing here, that the entire thing about Köln, that was just, everyone was using that as an excuse to bash Muslims, like that was it. But nothing happened, there weren't evidence and countless eyewitness accounts of gangs of immigrant men running around molesting people and assaulting people. No. It's just trying to bash Muslims. Like, Jesus fuck, lady. How blind can you be? You're calling yourself a feminist. There's actual, sexual assault. There's actual attacks on women going on. And you decide to ignore that and accuse people of being racist instead. Like, what the fuck is that? Oh, God. Honestly, stuff like that just... my mind doesn't work when stuff like that happens. It is just the level of stupid that you wouldn't think would be possible in an educated society, but... well, educated society. I guess that's where part of the problem lies. Now, the majority of my audience is from the good old US of A, and you people have had some issues with your universities and colleges lately. Oh, Jesus. Especially the Black Lives Matter movement, which is a wonderful little social justice movement. Oh, good God, those are a bunch of proper nutters. You know an organization is properly batshit insane when they argue that hashtag all lives matter is taking away from their agenda. Like, what the bloody... oh my God. Yeah. No, I shouldn't get into this because I won't stop. I'll just get angry and I'll keep bitching about it. I won't even be able to structure it. It's just so remarkably stupid, But still. And you're not alone about that. This has been happening everywhere for a while.
Has started.
It has not been anywhere near as bad in Norway as it has been in Sweden, because in Norway we have retained some of our basic intellectual capabilities, let's just say. Well, more correctly, this is going to sound really horrible in here, but Norway has always been a far more bipartisan, I guess is the correct term? A politically open country. We have a far stronger right-wing than most countries, and with right-wing I don't mean crazy Nazis marching in the streets saying, "We mustn't say you'd now, Sorten." I mean we have an actual right-wing political party. Now, being right-wing does not necessarily mean that you are a Nazi, which is something a lot of people misunderstand. Which is why, of course, we are primarily a socialist nation. And socialism also is a somewhat misunderstood concept, particularly in ye old US of A. Now, I'm halfway tempted to double back and gangbang the wizard. Who am I supposed to kill? Put the following words out of action on them. Tyrantis Elson. That wouldn't happen to be you, would it? No, you're Otto Renix. Tame Doschlang, British Keller, Tyrant Elson. Is that him? Yes, that's him, so... time for a little bit of a ratty gangbang, I'm thinking. Oop, that might be a trap. Let's not step on that. Oop, hello. Where the... Jesus, through there? Damn, that's quite the shot. I'm impressed. Can I reach the bastard? Yes, I believe I can, just about. And you're a ranged character! Oh, you are about to have a very bad day, my dear. Ah, poor little white boy and 5 rats. Oh, and your bad day just got worse, didn't it? Poor, poor little boy. Oh, oh my god, again! Damn! This is getting brutal, isn't it? I'm liking it. Where the hell was I? Oh yes, right-wing Nazis, yeah, blah 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 blah, Nazis everywhere. But yes, we actually have right-wing political parties, which is getting to be pretty damn rare in modern society, which is somewhat odd. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Nazis were batshit insane, but again, that's not really all a right-wing party is. Oh Jesus, 3 crits in a row, holy shit, I'm on a roll. You know, there are actual legitimate right-wing points of view. It's not, like I said, just all of you Muslims say, "You're not one." That used to be part of it, and certainly the more radical elements still have quite a lot of that, no doubt. And of course there's plenty of racism within the environment as well, but not all of it. It's, you know, extremes. Just like not all left people are batshit insane feminists that want to castrate the overwhelming majority of the male population, you know? This is a very good position for an Overwatch, by the way. Let's plonk ourselves down here. But like I said, we've had a far stronger right-wing movement in Norway than in Sweden. What is it? The what was the name of the Swedish right-wing party? Something about the Democrats. Was it the Swedish Democrats in English? Sverigedemokraterna. I think that's it. I'm not 100% sure. I think that was it. They are a right-wing political party. They're comparable to the Norwegian right-wing party, the remarkably fascist-sounding, I will admit, Progress Party in English. It sounds kind of insane in English. But yes, Fremskrittspartiet, FRP. They're not insane people. They have extreme views when you compare it to the majority of people in Norway, which is leftists. The majority of Norwegians are quite heavily on the left. So they've been laughed at, they've been, you know, have eggs thrown at them. There was a wonderful example in the fact that they made themselves that, like a decade ago or so, they had eggs thrown at them in a public square when making a speech about immigration, saying that, like, this could really be a problem, we need to limit this now, and now, last year, when the immigration problem really started to hit Norway, it hasn't hit us anywhere near as heavily as most countries, and we still panicked like absolute crazies. Now suddenly, everything they essentially fought for has been accepted by all of the leftist parties. And they have the sheer brass balls to then say that, yeah, this is we never actually disagreed with this, you know, it's just that we didn't want to do it back then, you know, it's really our politics. And Jesus Christ, I hate those people. For someone who does business, you know, who works in a business and is part of running a business, the Norwegian Workers' Party is probably the worst bunch of people that have ever existed in the history of the universe, in my honest opinion. They're insane bastards, completely and utterly batshit. By the way, I've been doing nothing but bitch about politics, haven't I? Because not that much has happened in the game. Oh, there you go. Good Overwatch shot. This has been very simple so far. We've absolutely violated the poor white boy in the corner, and that archer is looking remarkably alone and vulnerable. Hello there. Ha 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 ha, can't aim for shit. But yes. Honestly, the thing is though, to continue my bitching about the Norwegian fuck you party, their ideas, their basic ideas, are not wrong. It's not a bad idea what they have in and of itself, because their basic idea is we want all workers to have lots of rights and we want them to be safe in their chosen profession. That's fantastic. That is wonderful, and people should have, you know, that right. You should be able to work for a fair system. You should be guaranteed sick leave, you should be guaranteed disability, etc., etc. You should have all of these rights.
A new round has started.
The problem is that the Norwegian Workers' Party have pushed the rights of the workers and the right of the state so ridiculously far that it's been almost impossible to be someone who creates jobs in this country. That's the problem. We've become a nation of almost entirely big business, where the smaller companies are having an incredibly hard time actually managing to exist. You know, keeping a profit, being able to actually keep people on the payroll. I can't pick that up. They're not going to run out this turn, are they? No, highly unlikely. And the problem then is, well, if nobody has the money to hire people, and the only people who are hiring is the state, well, I think you can be... sorry. I think it's pretty obvious what the problem of that is. If everyone is working for the state, you know, shit is going to go down very, very quickly.
Objective complete.
Nobody wants the state to own everything, because that's going to be a really, really large problem. Let's punch this guy in the face. Now, damn, that was good. Good God, I'm getting really lucky. This must mean that my story mission is going to be absolutely violently brutal and is going to absolutely annihilate my ass, is what I'm afraid of. Because the Norwegian government has actually done a fantastic job when it comes to running the businesses it does run. Damn it. I should have seen that one coming. I've been avoiding that placard like crazy, and like one moment I'm like, no, forget about it. It's probably not a trap anyways. Yes, of course it's a trap, fuck you. But they have done a remarkably good job, everything considered. They haven't done a perfect job by no stretch of the imagination, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse, to say the absolute least. And there we go, there's the wizard down. This has been fantastic. So the AI decided to spread itself as thin as humanly possible, which I'm starting to think they might be regretting at this point. But still, I don't want to work for the government. I never want to work for the bloody government exclusively. That would be horrible, and it has... the potentials for abuse in such a system are just limitless. Good God, no. That would be really bad. So yeah, I do think that we need a mix of the right and the left, because, well, you see what happens when the left gets too powerful. You end up in Sweden, which... I don't think anyone really wants to be in Sweden right now. Well, unless you're an immigrant, in which case you have a free pass to do, well, practically whatever the shit you want, so that's probably pretty nice for them. Whoop! enough about politics. I shouldn't be talking this much about politics, honestly. Not really. Because I don't have... You know, I'm just ranting about my point of view, honestly. I can't give you a balanced, you know, nuanced view of it. That's the problem. I hate that when that happens, when you just get one side of the argument. And that's all you can really get here, because you can only get my side of the argument. I don't run a, you know, news show now, do I?
A new round has started.
Still, I like to bitch on about it every now and then. I'm pretty sure anyone who's stuck with me for this long has grown quite accustomed to my habit when it comes to nagging on random shit, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. But, of course, disclaimer, everything I say is, of course, my opinion, and only my opinion. I can't give you a different opinion, because it's just me here. And the thing is, I'm more than open to the possibility that I am wrong in many of these things. Granted, I'm not open to the possibility that I'm wrong when it comes to feminism, because that shit is cancer. And I dare you to convince me otherwise. In fact, I would love for you to convince me otherwise, because that would be quite a fucking feat. Oh, that would be a feat of that. Yeah, I would pay to have that happen, because that would be a feat. That would be just ow. You shit, Snugglepuff. That was a 90% jump, you useless crippled ass, idiot. Good God. Bad, Snugglepuff. Very bad. Shame on you. Gather up the Wordstone as punishment. Get zapped in the face. But yes, that would be quite the linguistic achievement, to say the least. Let's just do an Overwatch shot, because that Captain's probably going to trump his way over there, isn't he? You are on very low hit points. I don't want to wander you out there, because he's going to get punched in the face by the Captain, so let's go loot that Warpstone. And we will do what Sigemans do best, to gang up on lonely people. And smack it in the face. That was a remarkably strange attack, but okay. Where is he? Where is he going? Maybe he's realized that this is a very bad position and he's just going to fucking leave. That's probably what I'd do if I was in his position. And bye-bye. And another one bites the dust. And another one. No, I shouldn't be singing that song. That's a very bad song. Bad song. Subjective, I suppose. Pikachu, what do we want to do with you? Just set you up an ambush here, I'm thinking, perhaps. Where did that Captain wander off to, anyways? Oh, there he is. What could you go for? Well, you might... Well, you can't this turn. I can't set up an ambush. Huh, odd. Is that 3 points? I thought it was... Oh, it's because I used the halberd, isn't it? Which is a tiring weapon. Well, in that case, let's just set you up in parry sands here, give you some protection. Now... they're on the break. They should be breaking, honestly, next turn. Is there anything nearby I could grab before they... Well, they might not break. I should probably take that into account, shouldn't I? How much stuff are you carrying? You have some space open. Let's see if we can find that warpstone that's supposed to be over here somewhere. That's a loot cache, and it has already been looted, so there's not going to be much in there. How about inside the house? Oh, Jesus. There's an asshole on the wall. That's horrible. You know, I can't say it enough, just what a fantastic job the creators of this game did with the environment. It feels like Mordheim. It really feels like a cursed city, you know. It's faces leering out of the walls, all of the horrible googie nonsense everywhere. It's beautiful. They passed their route test? What the f... That's rare. Wow. I think I've only seen that like once before. Why are you picking on Snow? No, that's not Snowflake, it's a Snugglepuff. I thought it was Pikachu for a moment. And he fails. This is a very unusual game. They passed their route check, and they fail their all-alone test. This is very, very odd. Am I somehow just come across the one knobbish party in the entire city of Mordheim or something? Very confusing, this. Oh, I actually missed something. That's bad. That's more like it. That's more like it. I was starting to get worried. You gotta remember,
a new round has started.
I am a person who believes in luck. I'm a person that believes in averages, which means that if you got a 9 in 10 chance of doing something, it's gonna work 9 times, and then it's gonna fail. That's my... You know, it's a strange mix of belief in luck and statistic, I suppose. Which means that when I get missions like this, when everything is going perfectly, I get very, very nervous. Could I block this street off, perhaps, from him? So that he doesn't go and pick on... What the hell is Snugglepuff doing? He's, like, frightened or something. Poor Snugglepuff. Ow, shit. Well, couldn't see that one coming, could I? Let's try and block off the street. Let's do a dodge stance there. He's got 55% dodge. There's no way that Captain is going to bring him to 0 in 1 turn anyways. Famous last words, but I do not actually think it is mathematically possible for him to do that, so I'm feeling relatively safe. Can I kill this guy in one round of combat? Probably not. I'm not liking the pistols, honestly. I can only fire once, which is not ideal since I can attack twice with the melee weapons. Which means the melee weapons are considerably more effective. Like, strategy point for strategy points. Probably gonna ditch it. I really want a ranged weapon, but... Well, if it's just gonna be a hell of a lot less effective, you know, there's really not a whole lot of competition now, is there? Maybe I should try and get myself some shurikens, perhaps? Just to have some kind of ranged support, you know? Because there is a limit to how many Skaven you can have pile onto one dude. Oh, there we go, they failed. That was a damn good mission. 2 fantastic missions in a row. This is getting me very, very worried for the story mission. I'm expecting like a 90% miss chance and getting nothing but critted over and over when that comes around.
Brave, bold warband is sneaky strong. Fetch find much wordstone. Filch will squeak speak to Murder Lord. Tell him much. Warband climb sneak high far.
Yes, Gollum will report to Shelob. Shelob did not nom you. Gollum. That voice actor, he clearly did his best, but Jesus Christ does it sound like Gollum more than a Skaven. Damn, 2 points. Wow, that is very good. I went to use Snugglepuff. 2 points, not bad. Still level 1, the poor little bastard. He's almost level 2, which is nice. Another 2 points.
Outstanding.
3 points, very nice indeed. He's level 3 now. Pikachu is also 3.
Nice progress.
And Worthless level 2. I might actually have to consider renaming him something somewhat more fitting.
Remarkable.
Not entirely pointless, perhaps.
Your warband is getting stronger.
It is, isn't it? Let's see, did we pick up anything fancy, I wonder? Crimson Shade, okay, not bad. The blue braces, of course, the blunderbuss. I would love to use a blunderbuss of Skaven, but sadly I can't. Okay, I am getting dangerously low on gold, so it's time to send out the shipment, I do believe. Now, do I want to send more, or do I want to send just what I need? Mutant or a Night Runner, ultimately speaking. Let's see, Shadow Perk Regular, 2 books, Strength, Alertness and Accuracy, which is nice, Intelligence, Agility, Ballistic Skill. in the end, Black Pit is actually going to be more useful, isn't it? Because those skill books are way more along the lines of what I could need. Particularly alertness. I would love some alertness skill books just to really boost up my heavy dudes. Concentration, spellbreaking, warding, toughness. Toughness skills, strength skills. Well, I would prefer leadership. I think I'm going to go for Black Pit. So for now, I'm just going to send the bare minimum for the Murder Lord's request, I think. He wants 75, does he? So that's it. That is 15 shards out of 27. I probably want to save some up. Surplus reputation. Gain 1 additional day to fulfill Wordstone requests. That might be a good thing to get started on, but... Like, Mordheim map is also a fantastic item, by the way. We'll send him 20. Let's get started on the reputation, I think. And it'll be 200 gold as well, which should keep my head above water for the foreseeable future. And I'm going to get myself to rank 1. 5 draws of concentration with them by sending off the 5 clusters. That leaves me with 42 fragments and 7 shards, which should be enough to, if not entirely cover the next order, it should get me well on the way to it.
You are becoming famous.
I am becoming famous! Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Because I want that. I really do want that. Wonderful. Fan-fucking-tastic. Now, probably the story mission next time, I'm thinking, so look forward to that. Until then, I've been Arch. Thank you very much for watching, and look forward to something a little less political next time, since I'll probably be too busy about the story mission to really blabber on about random political nonsense. So, until then, have a good day.